Hi there and welcome to today's video, which is going to be all about Evil Genius 2. It's been a year since Rebellion first announced the return of Evil Genius, and there's been little snippets of information released over the last 12 months. But today, we got a big reveal at the PC Gaming Show, the first gameplay trailer, and boy does that tell us a lot about what we should expect from the game. As with every Evil Genius fan, I've been waiting patiently for more information, and over the coming week, there's a lot of promotional activity going on. I mean, today we've got the gameplay trailer, and tomorrow, well, probably today actually by the time I release this video, there's going to be a special Evil Genius 2 development update during the Guerrilla Collective showcase, which I'm certain will answer more questions. But, steady on, that's not the end of it. On 17th of June, we're getting a behind-the-scenes sneak peek on Rebellion's developer stream, so keep your eyes peeled for a mountain of updates coming our way. Anyway, I figured it'd be cool to take a quick look at the gameplay trailer, and let's see if we can figure out what's going on from that. So the island shown here looks very similar to the one that they showed in the reveal trailer last year. In the actual game, you'll get a choice of a number of islands of where to set up your lair. Now, I like how they've put together this little how-to guide. It's a good speedy way to explain the gameplay, and it confirms to returning players that it's basically the same concept as Evil Genius 1. Here we're getting a peek at how the construction's going to work by blasting the rock, but I'm going to pause here and see what else is in the same shot. Down here we've got the barracks, and I've got to say it doesn't look quite as detailed as the concept drawings made it out to be, but I think you always have to take concept drawings for what they are. They're a concept. However, it does look like these are all security minions, and if that's so, it could be that they're going to be able to split your barracks up per the minion type, which is going to be really good for organising your base. So like keeping your security minions near the martial arts training or whatever, and keeping them near the entrance because that's where security is going to be needed the most. Over here, I want to say this is the interrogation room because those big square boxes look very similar to what the interrogation cells used to look like, and the chairs up there next to them definitely look like the interrogation chairs, but I can't be certain of that. In the corridor below here, that is definitely some kind of trap in the wall though, and it's nice to see they've got an upgrade from the previous game. They look like they actually belong there. To be honest, the art style in general that they've gone for with Evil Genius 2, it's a little more cartoony than the original game, but it's a big improvement, and you can tell they've put a lot of effort into maintaining that Spice Eye sort of 60s vibe. As someone who adored the original style of Evil Genius 1, I'm quite happy with what they've come up with. Anyway, up here in the corner looks like the armoury. The tech here certainly looks quite complex, and those security desks have definitely had an upgrade. So no pun intended, but I am blown away by how good the animations are now for the construction of the buildings. It also demonstrates here how close you get to zoom in to the action. Evil Genius 1 suffered a little bit because you could only zoom in to 2 times or something, and it never felt you got quite close enough. So this here is obviously the power generator room, and again, the power generators are looking really pretty. I do wonder if super agents are still able to tunnel in there and cause catastrophe with blowing everything up. So this looks to be the biochemistry lab, and again, here the graphics are looking very sleek. I'll be honest, I have no clue what this machine is used for, but I can't wait to find out. Now, I'll stop briefly at this section so we can just admire the fact we've got stairs. If you've watched the reveal trailer from last year, you'll know that this time we get to build different stories within the volcano. I think the idea behind this is because agents will be constantly trying to break into your lair, so you need to protect the sensitive areas of your lair by building them higher up on harder to reach floors. I believe there was some speculation whether we'd be able to build underground in basements as well, but from the looks of it and the gameplay we've seen so far, that doesn't seem to be the case. I'm also loving whatever these little recreation bits are. They look very cozy indeed. Now this shot here goes by very quickly in the gameplay video, but what is this up here? This caught my attention. Now that's obviously a statue of Max, but what is he holding? Is this a sneaky glimpse at part of a Doomsday Device? Some other cool stuff here is the cafeteria. This looks like one of those little sushi conveyor tables, and if that's the case, that is absolutely adorable. We are spoiling our minions. I also noticed up here in this bigger barracks, there is a different kind of bed. There isn't the typical bunk bed. So what's all that about? Do we have a special kind of minion that gets its own bed? I feel like in the evil society, all minions are equal regardless of the role you perform, so I don't like playing favourites like this. Now, the developers have already released some footage of the training regimes, but the gameplay trailer goes into a lot more detail. Like, is this deconstructing stuff to become an engineer? And are we now, like, growing the Venus spy traps inside the lab? Because that's pretty cool. So yeah, the training and the general tasks of all the minions looks like it's a lot more involved, and I think that's going to be great for gameplay. Which brings us on to henchmen. Now, these guys and ladies are going to be the brute force of our organisation, and there are some familiar faces here, but there are also some new. As the previous game, it looks like they will have their own special abilities here that they carry out with abandon. And that brings us to step 4, which is explaining about the world map and how you send your minions out to earn notoriety and cash to fund your evil organisation. Now, the style of the world map seems to have had quite a big overhaul. This looks like a scale model of the world, whereas in the previous game, it looked like a board game. It was always quite nail-biting when you sent minions out into the world, and they had these little token pieces that would just knock over if they died. So I feel like it would be a shame if that tactile cue is lost in Evil Genius 2. Anyway, the next part of the reveal is my favourite part of the game, and that's the traps. From the looks of it, the traps are going to be a huge part of gameplay, and they look just as fun as ever to set up. I get the impression you're going to have a lot of secret agents wandering around the casino and the hotel part of the base, rather than in previous Evil Genius where they would just wander around the island. That's going to be really tricky to deal with. So Rebellion having a bit of a joke with us here, redacting step 6, which, if you zoom in, says how to make tea. As a Brit myself, I guess I see the importance of tea. So yep, step 7, world domination, and that is the ultimate goal with Evil Genius. Build up your organisation with the intention of making and launching some kind of Doomsday Device. Which type of device this is here, I wouldn't even like to guess. I feel like if I know everything right now, that's going to ruin the surprise when I eventually play. But yeah, that is the end of the trailer, and so that's what we know so far. Let me know what you think of the gameplay trailer in the comments, especially if there's anything I've missed that you think's quite important. Aside from that, I just want to say thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my take on this. I will certainly be back with more speculation when more news is released, and I am very much looking forward to the next few updates we get. I am fingers crossed hoping that we get a release date finally. I mean, the volume of promotion that's gone on in the last week, to me that indicates that there is going to be a release date announced very soon. But that's it for me today, so thanks for watching, bye for now.